Hey everybody, I hope you're doing well. I came in for a real quick little live chat with you guys. Let me know how I sound and how I look, because sometimes we get an echo, sometimes we don't get a very good stream, but I did ask my daughter to refrain from streaming anything while she's here. She's here today, so let me know how I sound. Let me know who's in the chat. I hope that everyone is doing well. Thank you so much for joining me. This is a channel that's mostly about reselling, but I sometimes just go off on other tangents. I am a full-time special education teacher, so I'll often talk about that, but mostly we talk about my side hustle, which is selling on eBay, Amazon, Poshmark, Etsy, and all of that. And Etsy has picked up for me lately. I'm really happy about that. I think because I started the automatic payments. Maybe now they have a algorithm thing or whatever it is that supposedly eBay has. What's it called? Cassini, that they favor your items and they start jumping them up or pushing them up. I don't know. Or maybe just putting things, on that kind of a platform, or rather maybe just adding more and more things to the platform. It just generated some sales for me because I actually sold 2 things this week, which I don't think I've sold anything on Etsy in probably a month. Anyway, guys, let me know how I sound. Let me know if there's anything in the background that shouldn't be there. I don't know. Sometimes I forget to make my bed and I can't tell if it's in the shot or not. So let me know. And let me know who's in here as well. If there's anybody in the chat today. Oh, it's not even, it is on. Okay, 7 people are on with me. Thank you so much. Please make sure you give me a thumbs up when you walk in the door or before you leave. I really appreciate you being here. I do want to ask you really quick, because I have to run in a minute to the bank to try to open an account for my daughter. Let me know if you want to see a mixed, quick little thrift haul, or if you just want to see jewelry, because I know a lot of you guys sell more than jewelry. And actually, speaking of jewelry, do I have enough on? I think I do. It's Christmas time. I got my little brooch. I definitely deck out a little bit, kind of like a Christmas tree all the time. But, sometimes it's, that old adage that says, you have to take off one accessory before you leave the house. I generally put one on. That's just me. So anyway, let me know if you're in the chat, guys. I'd really like to hear who's there. Lisa, how are you? I'm glad you're here. Thank you so much for being here, Lonnie. I appreciate it very much. Lonnie at Garage Flips is here. He's my moderator. He's got a fabulous channel. Guys, please check him out. I'm telling you, no one knows garage sales like he does. I've learned a lot from him, especially about bundling. I do that all the time now, Lonnie. I will not go up to a garage sale transaction without having that bundle with me. He says you should bundle things and then offer the price or whatnot. So it definitely works for me. So anyway, guys, so did you say you wanted to see the mixed haul? Okay, let me start with these. All right, these are the funniest shoes, but everybody loves them. But more than that, these are Jeffrey Campbell. So look for this brand, guys. These are an all leather, high quality shoe. It may look like something out of space, but it will sell. And I first heard of this brand from a girl that does YouTube. She's a local gal as well. I think she has 11 million subscribers by now. She's super funny, and that's Graveyard Girl. And she started with thrift hauls, and she also did a lot of lookbooks. And this is one of the companies that I think she helped launch, if I'm not mistaken, because she always wore his shoes and she would model them. So these are garnering at least $50 to $80. I only paid, let's see, because the price is down here. I paid $9. I paid $9 at Value Village. That's another place here in Houston that I love. They have a few scuffs, but there are no tears. I'm going to polish them up just a tad, and the heels are still nice. That's what I look for. As long as that kind of wear is still intact, and there's nothing really horribly obvious about them, and even then I may have done it. Because the same thing with Doc Martens. They're just a classic. They're always going to sell for you. So hi, Guillermo. How are you? Thanks for being here. Paula B., I appreciate you being here, as well as Real Liquidations. And Mike Warren, thank you. So yeah, this I picked up for $10 at Value Village. I'm going to list it on eBay for probably starting at $60. Again, because these are the classic black ones as well. They, you know, who doesn't need these? Everybody needs these black, monstrous, beautifully high fashion shoes. So I picked those up. And that label, you won't be able to see it, so I'm not going to bother. But this is called the Havana, and it is by Jeffrey Campbell. And it's an all leather shoe, guys. So it's leather lined. I think these retail for about probably $400, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, those are great. I wish I could wear them. I think they look fabulous, but I don't think I would probably be able to take more than 2 steps. Okay, then I got these. Now this Goodwill was loaded with this vintage electronic stuff, and these are selling on Amazon for $30 to $40. These are just the little headphones. And actually, I think this has I think this is 2. I think this has the earbuds, but then it's got these right here. And this is just a Century brand, no big deal in the brand. Thank you so much, Cleo Q. I'm so glad you're here as well. And I got these, they're marked $3.99, but with my discount, I got them for $2. Of course, anytime I see a barcode on anything that's packaged that I think Amazon may sell, and Amazon is known for having that item that no one else can find, the obscure thing that you love back in 75 or 80, you're going to find it on Amazon, right? So that's where you look for it. And definitely these are selling for about 30 bucks on Amazon. And you know what? I have some Sony, what do you call those, Walkmans? Not the CD one, but the AM/FM, the yellow one, the sport one. I have one of those that I bought years ago at a pawn shop, and I bought it because I needed it for my special needs classroom, because I had this student who loved music and he would work for music. And if I put the headphones on and I would pick a tape that I wanted to put on, it was AM/FM cassette. He was just an angel for the rest of the day. He knew how to earn his reward that way. So he would do his work, and that's why I bought it. But those headphones that came with it, which are very similar to this, have outlived, I don't know how many brands of Sony and other, not Sony because Sony's pretty good, but some other pretty good brands that we get, you know, like at Walgreens. They have outlived them all. And that thing is like 30 years old, and those headphones are still kicking. They're yellow. They're over there. Actually, I wear them a lot at night to listen to my favorite YouTubers as I lull myself to sleep. I even do that. Yeah, I've never heard of Century either, but then they had these as well, Lonnie. This is from Westinghouse, and this one rung up at $40. It stand up at $40 on Amazon. And as you know, I do FBA. Excuse me, I don't do FBA. I do, what do you call it, merchant fulfill. So some of these, when they're merchant fulfilled, they sell even higher. I think this one was selling like 80 for the FBA, but for me, as a merchant fulfilled, I could sell it for 40, and there was only like 3 available. So I definitely picked these up, and I should have probably picked up the other ones, don't you think? Yeah, those, and I've sold a lot of those Sony headphones. Now, these were just the headphones. I've sold the ones that have the attached radio, Lonnie, and those sold really well for me too. And I actually sold those on eBay for about 60. But the ones that came with that cassette player, AM/FM Walkman, I just use it on its own. I still have the Walkman over there. I should probably sell it, but I just haven't had time to list it. And I love the headphones. I really don't want to part with those headphones. They're just made so nice. So definitely merchant fulfilled is the way to go, Lonnie. Try it. It's really, you know, you move things so quickly, especially, you know, like I said, these obscure electronics that no one, you know, can find anymore, but you can find them at the Goodwill because somebody closed out some kind of store or shut down a warehouse or something, a storage unit, and they were full of these because he had about 4 or 5 of these, but the other ones were not this good brand. So, and this one was also only about, no, this one was $7.99, but I got it for about $5 with my discount. So they were a little high. That's why I didn't go ahead and buy the rest of them. But, you know, I'm going to go back and check it out, see what they have. They always have good stuff, though. The other day they had one of those Pizza Pizzazz. It brand new in a box, and that's another thing that I always said, I'm going to buy another one because I love the one that I have. When I see one, I'm going to buy another one, but then it was like $20, and it kind of changed my mind. Anyway, so that's kind of it on the hard goods. I do have another handbag haul coming for you soon, so I'm collecting that. Let me go to jewelry, guys, because I found some good stuff. This was $29, but with my discount, it was about $20, but it's solid sterling silver, and it was just in the cabinet. So look at that. Look how pretty that is. Those are hammered rings. And I just love it. And I think I can probably get about 50 to 60 for this because of the design. It's an absolutely wonderful design. And I didn't think it was silver, but it does have the hallmark because of the, I don't know, something about the clasp which just didn't think, I just didn't think it would be, but it is. And see how each one of those rings is hammered? It's beautiful. And this is the Goodwill where I found the 30 gram, 14 karat white gold necklace. So I go there, I'm going there every other day, sometimes more. Sometimes I go at lunch and sometimes I go after work, because after work is when I get my discount. But then I'm not even Paula B, thank you so much for being here. But I don't even want to risk not finding something. So I'll even pay full instead of waiting for that discount at 3 o'clock. And sometimes you get a discount anyway. The orange tags are on sale or something, but these pink tags, this is like their designer boutique color. They never put that on sale. Guys, I may have to plug in my iPad. Well, we'll see. It'd probably be fine because I'm relying on that to see my chat. Okay, then I found this jewelry here. Where is it? These cufflinks. These were only $3. They were marked $4.99, but with my discount. But they are that really rich yellow gold tone that looks Asian, Pakistani, or Indian. It's just that really rich color. So I was like, eyes on it, right? I thought it was real gold. Of course, I used the magnet, and it didn't pass the magnet test. I think it actually stuck. But then I thought, well, maybe just this part, you know, maybe just the hinge is not gold. Maybe the inside is. I have not tested them. I still have my doubts. I don't think they are, but they're very rich, and they have an interesting stone on them too. It looks kind of like a bluish, little cabochon, kind of like a bluish opal. So regardless, I'm going to put a high dollar on these. I'm going to try to get at least $50 to $60. They are hallmarked on the inside, but they just have a number, like 2 numbers and a patent, C or whatever, copyright thing, whatever it is, trademark. But they're very, very pretty. They almost look like, you know what, like a little bra there or something. I don't know. Sorry about that, guys. When you go live, it's so interesting. You just say the craziest things. Sorry, please forgive me, but that's what it reminded me of, like a little torpedo bra or something from the 50s. Anyway, who else is here? Gail, thank you so much for being here. So I got these for $3 or $4. I still think they're very nice. I love the rich yellow color of these, so I think these will do well. All right, and then this was interesting. I did look this up. If anybody knows about this brand, leave me some comments. Be sure to come back and leave comments too, guys, if you know anything about these brands. This is Stella.com. But I just like the style of it. I thought it was really pretty. I paid $5. It was marked $7.99. They are sort of topaz, like a smoky topaz chain. And it's kind of like a double strand there with a little tassel right there. And then the little tassel is hinged with just a little square. I looked them up on eBay, and they were going for pretty good money, but I could have just been looking, you know, for, I don't even remember if I looked up solds or just listeds. And they were pretty decent, so I thought I'd pick it up. And regardless of that, I thought it was just really, really pretty. So that's why I got that one. Let me see if anybody else is new in the chat. Paula B, I said hello to you. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. Please be sure and give me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel, take your time to do that and to hit that bell so you can be notified for my new videos and for when I go live on Saturday, because it's kind of an iffy thing. Sometimes it's 12, sometimes it's 1. I try to make it as soon as I possibly can, but lately I've been going to the post office and it's really, really packed. Today it wasn't too bad, but you still have to fight for parking. Look at these rings, guys. These are so pretty. I paid $2 for them. Now, remember when the plastic rings were super popular, but they never look like these. And this is the Goodwill that has all the designer items that I'm just floored by, where I found the gold, not the gold watch, but the necklace. So when I saw these, I was like, these are definitely something that Neiman's would have carried, or Nordstrom. They are just so pretty. And these are glass stones. They're not plastic. The stones inside are glass. Only the bands are plastic. Look how cute those are. I think they are just amazing. So I got those for about $2. They were marked $4, but I'm going to put them up probably for about $40 to $50. And of course, I'll take a best offer on them on Poshmark. And, you know, you have to price your things accordingly on Poshmark. You have to realize they do charge about $6 to ship anything, regardless of whether it's small like this or if it's a pair of Jeffrey Campbell shoes. They charge your buyer a good $6.50 something, I believe. So I always price things accordingly, knowing that I'm going to expect to take an offer. I will take an offer. I love that. And I want my buyer to get a good deal. I want her to feel as if she's getting a wonderful deal, because, you know, that's what keeps people coming back to your pages, keep coming back to shop from you. And believe me, I'm not all into the aspect of sharing and all of the social accoutrements that are required, or supposedly required. I don't think they are. I've been selling on there since probably the day that they opened their doors. So I still manage to sell, and I share when I can. I share usually mutually if somebody shares mine, but I don't sit there and share and share and share. That's just not what I can do. All right, let me see if there's any other jewelry that I was going to show you. I think that was it from that. Oh, here they are, right in front of my face. But see, I have to put my glasses on. These are gorgeous. These were also, Guillermo, I'm doing well. I hope you're doing so big, but people like that kind of fun stuff, fun jewelry. These are, oh, and here's some other ones. I'll show you those because some of those came from a jar, so I don't want to show you those yet until I air the haul or the unjarring. These are Weiss, W-E-I-S-S. So this is a vintage brand that you want to look out for. Aren't those beautiful? And they stood out to me from the cabinet. This is what I was talking about last week, what you're looking for. Look at the brilliance on those rhinestones. They are just amazing. Again, that beautiful topaz color. I don't know, this would not be described as a smoky topaz, but maybe more of a fire or classic topaz there. And then look at the detail with the mesh, and then they're clipped. So those are three things that you're looking for when you're looking for vintage pieces. And people that go to garage sales, Lonnie, you've been so lucky at your garage sale finds. And I'm sure you probably ask if you're interested. Ask if they have jewelry. Sometimes we forget to ask them, and someone might just hop in there and grab the whole box, as they've done many times to some of the people that I watch here on YouTube. I think Tanya has mentioned that. Margaret, you know, you go to the garage. I did it the time I found that turquoise cross that sold for $200. I asked her about the jewelry. She said, all I have is these. And she had them hung on a hanger, like 3 or 4 things. Some of them were not expensive, but I saw the turquoise and I grabbed that. And then she said, you know, I have a lot more. I'll bring it tomorrow. Of course, I didn't get back tomorrow. Didn't get back that next day, or did I? No, I don't think I did. But, you know, I scored with the cross, so always ask. So anyway, yeah, I definitely picked these up. They stood out a mile away. They were in the case because of the style, because of the brilliance, and because I knew they were clip-on. So I'm always looking for that. So the rest of the jewelry that I have here is things that popped out of the jewelry jar. So I'm not going to, oh, I also picked up this. I think this is gold filled. This is a ruby ring. And I have to get that tested. I'm going to figure out how to get this tested. I think I'm going to pretend I'm pawning it. And I will pawn it. Actually, I will sell it. I'll go in there and ask about it. And that way they can tell me, well, let me see if we have a tester, or let me see what I think, my professional opinion. Because this really does look like a, not a very high quality ruby. It's a little cloudy, but it could definitely be a definite ruby. And those diamond chips look real, but they're just little chips. So they're not worth very much. Anytime you have a diamond that's cut into tiny little pieces, it's not worth very much. It's so much better to find a big, you know, 1 carat diamond than to find a carat total weight 1-carat ring that's in pave or something. That's not going to be worth what your full carat diamond will be worth. So anyway, I think I'm going to just leave it with that. I think that is all the haul I got. I did want to leave you with a thought because I'm not going to be here next week. It's going to be the Christmas week. I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday and a wonderful Christmas with your family. I'm expecting my family from Chicago and, of course, the ones that I have here. So I'll be spending some time with them, and I won't come live. But I just wanted to leave you with some thoughts today about failing at something and always up, because I had the most horrendous week, as I always do. Not always, but as I often do in the field that I'm in, because I am in special education. And, you know, we get to the point, we've come to a point in society that we have over 300 children. In my school, we have, maybe 150, 190 of children that are qualifying for special education services. And this can be anything from emotional issues to autism to anything. So we are overworked, overburdened. The entire system is. Everyone is just scrambling for everything. And so teachers often, especially special education teachers, often get degraded. They get dismissed. They are not looked at as real teachers in a lot of instances. I have a coworker who came from Illinois. She is dumbfounded by some of the attitudes that she gets when she makes a suggestion to a teacher as to how to reach this child more effectively. The teacher always pulls back and says, well, that's not on his BIP, or is he really a behavior issue when he was really in here for an intellectual disability? Well, what we're trying to say is we're trying to better the situation in the classroom. We have suggestions for you. We're not asking you to sit there and babysit the boy or anything like that. We're just giving you a suggestion on how to make things better. So they always question our credentials when, in fact, we probably have more credentials than they do, because we have to be certified teachers. We have to be certified in special education. We have to have specializations. When you get to a higher grade level, you have to be certified in the grade level as well. So it really makes you feel very frustrated. And that's kind of what I went through this week. I was extremely upset, and I tried to remain professional about it, because that's what I am, right? But I was required to ask questions of this child. I found him out in we have like a little pod. We have a wonderful campus. It's beautiful. Outside of the classrooms, there's a little area where you can sit, and some children were studying there, and she was there. And so I was able to interview her. It took maybe 2 minutes to ask her a couple of questions that are required by the state for me to ask her in order to get her on my caseload. So one of the teachers, whom I know very well, who's normally very nice to me, literally sent a child over to tell me to lower my voice. And I don't even have a loud voice. How many times have I been told on these videos, speak up, we can't hear you, raise the volume, we can't hear you, can't you get a microphone, we can't hear you. So I do not have a loud voice. So I really felt like I was targeted, and I was just looking at the child when he was telling me this, and the child was put in an awkward position. He did not want to tell me that. You could tell he was just like shuffling his feet and whatnot. Then I guess something went off in her head. She opened the door and she yelled it to me and said, can you please do that interview on the other side of the room or whatever, because this other boy is testing or whatnot. And then I think she realized that she had made a mistake. You do not send a child out to redirect a teacher. That is just not done. So I was just so upset about it. I kind of related to my coworker who said, don't take it personal. Don't ever take anything personal. And that reminded me of a book that I read one time that I was selling on on Merchant Fulfilled, and it was entitled, It's Always Personal. And it's a wonderful book. I want to get it and read it again because I sold it. And it started with this lady crying her eyes out in an office with her boss because he had just let her go. And, it starts out with her bawling her. She goes, I don't know what happened. I just lost it. It just went, everything just came out, right? And I think that's kind of the way we feel sometimes when we're degraded like that. We can go there. I chose to just say, yes, we'll do that. We'll move to the other room or whatever. We'll move around here. It took about maybe another half a second and I was out of there. And I think she just used it as an escape mechanism. She'd been under pressure with her issues in her classroom. So I know the story, I know the backstory, and I know that. So I didn't go and confront her or do anything like that, but it really hurt me to be treated that way. And I just wanted to leave with you that Yeah, people can kick you, people can degrade you, but I often tell the kids to come in crying for my counsel because God, middle school is so tough on some girls, and they come in crying about all kinds of things. And I always tell them, no one holds the key to your joy and to your pride but you. So that's what I want to tell myself, what I want to tell you, because when I tell you, I'm telling myself. No one else can tell me whether I'm good enough to do what I do. I know I'm doing my best. I know I always do my best. I know that I have many other, I've had other issues in other positions where people have tried to make it seem like I'm not really a teacher, but I know that I'm even more than a teacher. So I just keep that in the back of my head, and the fact that I can service these children in their needs, and everything from providing a hearing aid for a child to providing, you know, a computer because he can't write legibly, whatever. I'm going to be there because I know that's what he needs. And I just don't want anybody to ever feel like someone else can degrade you. And this can happen in our reselling business as well. Believe me, if you open up a store and the first feedback you ever get is negative, which happened to me with my new store, I think my fourth feedback was horrible policy, horrible exchange policy, a return policy. And it was just because she didn't understand that she had to go through eBay first and start in order to get the label. So she blamed it on me. eBay wouldn't remove it. eBay has removed other feedback for me before and other issues, but wouldn't do it this time. But I wasn't going to let that just blow my whole day, right? Blow my whole year. I've had a very wonderful success with my new store. It's going really well. It's the niche for fashion and jewelry. So I have to just take into account that things like this will happen. You will fail, you will fall, you will get kicked in the face. And the point is, you get up, right? You just keep getting up. You keep on that coat, this brooch, put your big earrings, let people talk about all the jewelry you wear, and you just move on. That's what I'm going to have to do. So guys, I'm going to look in the chat and see if there's any questions before I sign off. And I want to thank you again for being here. And I really, really appreciate it. I hope everyone has a wonderful Christmas. I think we had 16 views this time. I know there may be other people. Hi, Retro Diva Jones. How are you? I know there may be other people live, and I probably want to go watch them too, but I can't right now. I'm going to have to catch everybody on the replay. So happy holidays to everyone, and I hope I didn't ramble too much. I just had all of this kind of bottled up in my heart and in my head, and I just wanted people to know to appreciate your teachers, all of them, even the ones that you think aren't doing a good job. Appreciate them this year because they do a really, really good job for us. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.